First of all, just find your feet, first of all, the other end of you attached to the mat and the floor beneath you. I realised last night, anybody that did the class with me, my balance was definitely out. I have days like that, actually. And I think it's often at this time of year, it might be because you've been rushing about and that balance goes. And when I worked on it this morning, it's my ankles that are a little bit too flexible, I can feel. Why? Who knows? But sometimes when we do a lot of balance, you think, why? Because I'm quite good at this now. But actually, you'll have days that you're not. However strong and however long you've been practicing. And it's two things there. It shows you, just have a rock around your feet while I'm talking. It shows you to listen to your body and be aware that you do change. And some days you can't quite do things that you could have done yesterday or might can do tomorrow. So it's that awareness of ourselves that we're finding there. Emotionally and physically, if your balance is off physically, it's probably because emotionally your mind's not balanced. And the other thing is, as we get older and less strong in our muscles, it's very important to be aware. So I know it's my ankles that are weak at the moment, so I'm watching that. So it is important to attach ourselves to what's going on in our bodies. Okay, so let's come to our breath here. Let's come to our Ujjayi breath again. We've done it a little bit this week, our ocean breath. Just start to attach yourself now to your breath and find it in the back of your throat, that little noise of the waves coming in and out is the idea, or a soft snore really is the way I think of it. So what you're doing is closing that little valve a bit at the back of your throat, and it then makes that whoosh sound of the breath coming in and out. So once you've found that, and if you don't worry. So we're going to take your length of 4 counts, inhale, exhale. We're going to take 5 to 10 rounds on your own without too much guidance. And we're trying to find energy this morning, so you want it a little bit stronger now. So if you've started really gentle, start to build that noise a little bit and find a bit more energy. We're trying to think of bringing the energy into us. So receiving this morning, it's about receiving. If you receive, then you can give. Not always the way we think of that at Christmas, but if you receive this energy, then you'll have some energy to give. So draw the energy in with the inhale and receive that energy into your cells in your body. Exhale, release. So thinking of all the little cells in your body, filling them up as you take in that new energy. We have 300 billion cells. I think that's right. In our body. Nobody's counted them all, so I might be slightly out, under or over. But a massive amount of cells in our body, more than the stars in the universe, I reckon. So all those little cells are working for you in your body at the moment, and you're giving them an energy as you breathe in. So you're taking it in through your red cells, which are taking in the oxygen to each little cell. It transfers it, and then it receives from the cell all the debris that it doesn't want, all the bad energy that it needs to get rid of, and then you exhale it through the red cells, taking them back to your lungs. And then, of course, we've got the all-important white cells in us, which at the moment we really need to keep healthy. Our white cells are our immune system. Are always at war was one way I read about our white cells. They're always fighting something for you. So draw the energy in towards those white cells, little white cells bobbling about all through you. So we renew 13 billion cells every day, renew in your body. All this energy you're bringing in, you're renewing the body's cells. Each breath you take, you're giving the energy to make fresh new cells. Every second, over 3 million cells every second, you're renewing while drawing this and receiving the energy into you. So breath practice, there's why that's important too, particularly at the moment, to use your breath to breathe properly, to bring in that energy and renew all the cells in your body and give yourself a chance. Okay, so lecture over. Now you've got lots of fun facts to go and tell everybody all day. Let go of the exhale when you're ready, and let go of the breath. And we'll start to move now. So let's just take a little sway through your feet first of all, swaying from side to side, from long edge on the outside to long edge on the inside, across your insole. Across that little, depends on how high an instep you've got. I've got quite a high instep, so there's quite a gap in between my edges of my feet. And I can feel a little bit unbalanced when I hit that air pocket. So roll from side to side and just see how your feet feel, how stable you feel. And then we're going to take swaying palm tree into that. So you might want to come back to neutral first of all, and take your arms up above your head. Keep your shoulders down, keep that engagement through the rib cage, kind of feel drawn in through the rib cage there. And hands above the head, palms facing each other. Draw the arms back a little bit. So take your shoulders back into your back of your body. And then start to begin to sway again through the feet. So swaying palm tree, taking the feet into it. So then you can slightly allow your upper body to move a little bit more. So you feel that space between your ribs and pelvis coming into it. If anybody gets seasick, slow it down or just move the top half. Feel the movement through your feet, through the soles of your feet here. Feel that balance that you're having to find. Not just your ankles, every toe, every cell in your foot, every muscle, everything working together. So maybe you can get a little bit bigger sway at the top half. Maybe you start to feel a bit more balanced. One of these storms that's coming in at the moment, starting to sway the palm tree a little bit more. Feel that nice space opening up between your waist and around your waist rather. I'm not on the breath here. If you want to take this slower on the breath, then please do. And then on the next bend to your right, hold. So hold where you feel comfortable. Don't go over too much. Think of that hip to armpit connection. Find your feet again. Find the strength through the sole of your foot, through that instep. Press gently into the ball of your foot and the heel. Lift up through the instep. Feel yourself connect through your legs then. And breathe. Think of the shoulders. Try not to roll forward with the top shoulder. Try and roll it back a little bit. Open up your front body. And breathe. And then press into the feet and lift up gently back up to neutral. Find that swaying palm tree again. And we're going to go over to the left and do the same thing in a second. If your arms are getting heavy or too tired, please take them down. Please take a break if you feel you need it. Feeling that armpit to hip connection, even if you're moving a little bit quicker, still want to draw down the sides of your body. Noticing again what's happening in your feet. And then you're thinking about stopping on the opposite side this time. So I'm going left and holding. So make sure you feel contained there, that you're not over balancing. Press into both feet to bring yourself back up to balance. Reach gently through both hands and see if you can just extend through that right side body, in my case particularly. Draw the tummy in the bottom end, connect that posture. And breathe. And then press into both feet, bring yourself back up to the top. Pop your hands together now, and then just fold gently at the elbows. So taking your Ujjayi mudra hands, your prayer hands, down behind you. Again, if you need a break in between any of these movements, your shoulders get too tired, then please stop, have a shake out, and then just join back in. Keep the tummy engaged here, keep the feet engaged. Not all about what's moving at the top, it's just really folding at your elbows, but lots more needs to go on in the body to keep the stability here. And then bring the hands back up. Hold them above your head if you're still comfortable here, and press gently into both palms together and then release. So bring your breath into it now. Ujjayi breath, inhaling, pressing gently into both hands, exhaling, releasing. Inhaling one more time, exhaling, releasing, Inhale tall through the middle fingers and then release the hands completely. Draw the shoulders back down. Bring them down to your sides. Have a little bit of a roll out. So I'm going to grab my strap here for one more shoulder exercise, just because I know one side I can't do Gomukhasana because I've got a twisted shoulder on one side. So this is where we take our arm up above our head. I've got my right arm here. If you're going to use the strap, then pop it in your right hand and let it trail down behind you. Lifting up, but taking that shoulder down again, away from the ears. Folding then at the elbow like we just did, and letting that hand fall down behind you. Take the other arm out to the side at shoulder height. Rotate the wrist and shoulder, so that your hand's facing backwards now. And then folding at the elbow, fold it in behind you, and either catch the other hand or catch the strap. So I can do it on this side. So if I show you without the strap, you've got your hand up and the other one catches it. You can also use your t-shirt if you haven't got your strap this morning and walk your hands up as close together as you can. So when you're in this position, then think about your posture. Think about that pelvic tilt thing going on. So draw your tummy in and tuck your bottom under. Watch what's happening with your neck. Tuck your chin back. Find that long neck at the back of your neck. Think about lifting that top elbow upwards towards the ceiling and drawing the bottom elbow downwards towards the floor while holding on with your hands. And then release. Release gently, unfold carefully. Have a bit of a stretch if you need to. I'm going to go to the other side. So as I say, I know this side I do need a strap. So it's knowing all these little idiosyncrasies about yourself. So left hand comes up then, keep the shoulder dropped, and then take the elbow back. Oops, fold the arm back rather. So you're trying to keep this elbow quite close to the ear. And then you're taking your right hand out, turning the palm to face backwards, the shoulder turns as well. So it's that whole rotation thing that we do. And then folding at the elbow and drawing that hand out up behind you to catch whatever you can, t-shirt, strap, or other hand. And I can only grab the strap here, but what I then do is adjust and try and walk slowly my hands towards each other until I just feel comfortable. Again, think about your tummies and your bottoms. Think about your heart lifting gently, but not a back bend. And then think about opening your collarbones a little bit if you can, and then drawing the elbows up and down. Watch your neck again, keep that chin connection to your back of your neck, and breathe, obviously. So very big shoulder opener, this one, not for everybody. If you've only just got your hands behind your back, you're still opening up the front of your shoulder, and you'll realize where you're tense in this position particularly. So then release, let go of the strap, pop it out the way. Okay, so we've done arms. Have a little roll around your shoulders now. See how energetic they feel, how much energy you've received into them. Might feel a bit stale, it might feel a bit tense or stuck. Just have a roll through, just to move any extra energy that you've got stuck in one place. Might want to open out your chest and release that way as well. Shoulders rolling backwards and forwards. And then let them just rest. Okay, so we're moving on to legs now. So let's move ourselves into our left foot. Find that connection to the left hip. Draw it to your center line. Find your balance. And then lift the right foot up. Find your length in your front body. We're going into half Apanasana, but remember it's not all rolling forward. So from this point, either grab your leg behind the thighs without rolling forward. If you can take your shins without rolling forward, then do so. But try and keep that long line from crown to foot and foot to crown. And then just take 3 pulses, drawing in on the exhale. If you're going to the breath, releasing on the inhale, not a pulse really, just a squeeze. Whoops, see, my balance is still not right this morning. And then release the foot. We're taking it behind us now. So if you need to shake out before you do, because sometimes your hamstring goes into a bit of a wobble otherwise. And then catching your trousers or your ankle or your foot, draw the thighs together, squeeze them together. Think of moving that folded knee now down towards the floor. Think of tucking your tummy, squeezing your glutes, connecting and feeling that opening sensation then through the front of that leg. And then release, go to the other side. So find your standing foot and leg first of all. Squeeze that glute, remember, to straighten up here and find that plumb line through that side of your body. And then move into the other leg. So again, keep your front of your body nice and long. Engage your tummy. Draw your heart forward. Draw your shoulders back. Then think where you're going to take a hold of your leg. So either behind the thigh or in front of the shin. And then take 3 breaths. Ooh, shut my eyes, that wasn't good. Don't shut your eyes. Bring your knee towards you on the exhale, inhale, release. Trying to keep that nice, long, strong, zipped up front body feeling from the foot right up to the crown. Again, as I say, have a shake if you find it, your hamstring spasms if you go straight into the other position. So otherwise, grab a hold of trousers or foot. Draw your thighs together. Draw your tummy in, tuck that bottom. Take that left knee now down towards the floor. So you feel the expansion on the front of the leg. And breathe. And then release. And then just have a few swings with your right leg, just to move all that energy that we've brought to the cells in that part of the body. Give them a bit of a shake up. They're all going, whee! Funny mood this morning. Okay, other side, have a swing with that leg. Just make it easy. Don't try and keep your leg too straight. Just let it flow. And then come to a standstill again. So have a little roll through your feet again and see if there's any difference in how connected they feel. Maybe the energy's moved into them now and they're feeling a bit more switched on. Okay, so shoulders. Let's go back up to our arms. We're going to take our arms out as if we were into warrior 2. So draw the fingers away from each other, open up that expanse in the back of your body, and then draw that little spot, everything back towards the spot rather, in the back of your body. So squeezing the shoulder girdle together, find the containment then. And then like we just did, we're going to roll from the shoulder right through the arm. So begin your roll at the shoulder and roll then through the upper arm, past the elbow, through the forearm, into the wrist, into the hand. And now the hands are facing up the way. So think of moving them from your hand, roll it down, start to then roll through the wrist, through the forearm, through the elbow, through the upper arm, through the shoulder, back to neutral. And then roll from the shoulder forwards, so the forearm, the upper arm rather, follows it. And now you're rotating so that the palm of your hand is going to face backwards. And then from the palm of the hand, start to rotate again through the wrist, through the forearm, through the upper arm, through the shoulder, rolling back up and round as much as you can. You won't can get your palms to face backwards too much, but just rolling open the front of your collarbones there. And then release back into neutral. Draw the hands back down to your side. Have a thought about the cells and the energy. We've just moved again in there. Let's move back down to the hips. So bring your weight into your left leg again. Switch on all the postural points and the stability in that side. Lift up the right foot. Take your left hand, take it over your right thigh. So you want your right thigh parallel as much as you can here. Flex that foot as well, just to switch on the bottom half of the leg. And then we're going to take a gentle twist here. So you can keep that other arm down by your side on your waist, or you can take it out with you. Palm facing down the way. And then breathing in, find the rebound through the foot, and then exhaling, moving, nothing in the bottom half's moving, you're just moving your top half round to the right. So everything's stable, but you're using your left hand just to pressure gently against that thigh. The thigh's pressuring against it as well, so that's keeping the stability. We're breathing, of course. I haven't continued with the breath, but you are breathing. And then slowly moving back. So untwist from the middle of your body upwards until it comes back to your crown coming to the front. Release the hand, release the foot. Have a little shake through your hips if you need to. Give a little shake through those cells again. Move the energy around. Move into the right foot then. Bring the left foot up when you're ready and you feel strong on the right side, sorry. Flex that left foot. Bring the right hand across and onto your left leg. That doesn't move. From the waist down, this is how we are. We've already started a bit of a twist at the top here. Decide what you want to do with this other arm. So it's obviously a little bit stronger if you take it out to the side. Maybe turn it now, this one, so that the palm faces backwards. And then draw up through that center line and begin to twist. So from maybe the center point of your body, think of moving up through the spine this time into the twist. Pushing the air gently backwards with the palm of the hand. And stop there and have a couple of breaths in this position. So really gently pressing through that foot that you're standing on. But watch your toes aren't too involved. Gently press with a hand behind you if you've got it there. Press gently back with the palm of the hand and open up that shoulder a little bit more. And then we're going to come back slowly, twisting backwards from the waist upwards. So think of the movement slowly, slowly back to the front. And then release the foot to the floor. Okay, so that was our warm-up this morning. Grab your bricks now. We're going to go into our sort of sequence here. We'll take it quite slowly in the first one. Options are always to keep your knees a little bit more bent. There's things here that you can all do. Warrior one, warrior two, the flow in warrior two, the dancing flow. Low lunge you can do. You can put in a twist by bringing the brick in low lunge. High lunge we can all do. If we come into pyramid, so that's where both legs are straight, then you may want to slightly bend the knee as we fold forward. But be careful of knees, make sure they're in the right position facing forward. And then we're going into triangle. Again in triangle, you can bend the knee if you want to bring yourself down. If you can't find where you want to be, or you can stay up and hold your thigh. So you find your own options here, but those are basically what you can do. Okay, so we're at the front of the mat. Just going to take a couple of rounds of going up and down, a couple of side bends before we start. So inhale, arms above the head, fill those cells up with energy. Exhale, release the energy and just guide yourself down into a very soft, soft forward fold, not right down. And then swing the arms round, cross by your sides, back up to the top. Come back up to the top. Find a neutral spine now. Engage with the feet again. Inhale tall. As you exhale, sway to your right. As you inhale, press into the feet, come back up to the top. As you exhale, take one to the left. Inhale, back up to the top. Inhale, tall again, hands above the head. Exhale, push the air away behind you as you roll forward again into your forward fold. Sweep the arms round beside your feet. Bring them up in front of you, parallel, and hands facing each other, palms facing each other rather, back up to the top. Swaying palm tree to the left then when you're ready. So inhale tall, exhale sway to your left. Inhale tall, exhale to the right. Inhale tall, turn the palms, exhale, forward fold, come down again, rolling maybe a little bit further, maybe opening the legs a bit more, sweeping the hands beside you, parallel in front of you, bringing them up again, pushing through the feet back up to the top, and release the arms down. Okay, so we'll take that and then we'll come down, we're going straight into down dog, so you know where you're going in this one. So when you're ready, in front of the mat, inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive, forward fold. Sweep the arms round in front of you, bring them back up, push into the feet. You're coming back up to the top. We're taking swaying palm tree to the right. Inhale, tall. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, push into both feet, lift up. Exhale, over to your left. Inhale, tall, back up to the top. Get ready to forward fold. As you exhale, push the air behind you, sweep down, come into forward fold, hands to the floor now. Step back into down dog. So hands on the floor, bring yourself backwards into down dog. Soft down dog, knees bent, heels off the floor, but think of that long front body. Push the floor away with your hands, connect with your hands to the floor. And then start to walk the dog. So rolling through one foot after the other. And then taking the right foot up into split dog. So it doesn't matter how far you go, just lift the right leg, but point the toe away from you, or floint it, which is a flex and a point at the same time. And then draw that foot back down. Split dog on the left side, take the left foot away, really reach away with the toes. And then bring the left foot back down. This time we're taking the right foot back and we're stepping into low lunge. So right foot back, bring the knee through, find your way forward with that foot into low lunge. Bring your brick in, bring it inside, bring it just behind your front foot. And then we're going to sweep the left arm open and take a little bit of a twist here. Sorry, I'm in high lunge, haven't I? Sorry, drop that back knee. My fault. High lunge that was. So we're in low lunge with the back knee dropped. Knew there was something wrong. Bring the hands back to the floor. Step back again into down dog. Lift the left leg into split dog. Move it forward into low lunge. So sorry, this time drop the back knee and tuck the toes. Bring the other brick in outside the front foot. Open up into your twist on an inhale. Exhale back down. Take the brick out the way carefully. Step back into down dog. Take the right leg up again, one more each side. Step forward into low lunge, drop the back knee. Bring the brick in. We're going to open up again. We're going to stick with this side now, so we're not doing the left side, sorry. And then we're bringing the hands to the floor. We're tucking the back toes. We're adjusting that back foot into warrior two foot. And then you're going to press into the front foot and open up your right arm, left arm again, circle it round and bring yourself up to warrior two. So that might have been a little bit of a challenge, but we'll take that again. So circle the arm back down and come back down to the floor with your hands or onto the bricks if it's more comfortable. And then push into that front foot, open up, big circle with that left hand and back up into warrior two. So find your alignment in warrior two. Remember where everything should be. Remember to tuck that bottom under and open up your inner thighs. Rotate your shoulders as we've just done, palms facing up the way, but then just rotate at the wrists so that your palms face down, nothing else moves. And then we're going to take dancing warrior. So look towards your front hand, rotate that wrist so that the palm now faces up again, and then drop the back arm as you inhale and lift up, looking up towards the top hand. It's an extension, and then we're coming forward on the exhale. If you lose the breath, just take your own time. Back up, reaching upwards with the front hand in the inhale, exhaling down into extended side angle. And then we're coming back up into warrior two. Drop the arms, draw that back foot in a little bit and rotate so that you can come into high lunge. So you need to come onto the ball of your foot and roll round. So we're now in high lunge. Inhale, arms up above the head, hands parallel. Find that connection through your shoulders. Exhale there. So choice here is to take 3 breaths now here on the breath, or to sink that back knee in a dip. So you decide. So we're going with the breath again. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. If you're lowering, if you're staying still, just exhale. Inhale, lift, receive the energy. Exhale, lower. Give a little bit of energy back. Inhale, lift, receive the energy one last time. Exhale, lower. And then come back up to the top. We're coming into pyramid now. So hands come down, draw that back foot in. It comes into a kind of warrior one foot for me. Push gently into the front foot and straighten the front leg. So you can keep the knees slightly bent here if you want, but if you want to just move the top half less, then that's fine. Hands to heart center, rotate the ribs as if you're in warrior one, so it's the same feeling. And then gently inhale tall, exhale, fold over that front hip hinge, taking the front hip backwards slightly as you do so. So long front body, heart moving towards your thumbs, just the way you're comfortable. Hold and breathe. Inhale twice here, exhale twice here. Push into the front foot, bring yourself back up to standing. So we're going to triangle from this now. So we're going to fold over to where you're comfortable. You're going to take your hand in either pocket on your thigh or on your shin, or maybe even inside your foot on the floor, or bring a brick in. That's the three choices there. So you're already moving into triangle, and then we're thinking about opening up the top body. So we're sweeping that arm out. The left arm comes out and round in a big circle to up above our head, or you take it back behind you then if you'd rather. If you don't want to put the arm up, then put it behind you. So we're thinking about rolling that whole front body open. You'll feel this on your front inner thigh. So really connect to that front foot long edge outside. And you can look up towards your hand, or you can look down towards the other hand, which is less strong in the neck. Find the breath again, take a couple of breaths here. Sweep that arm down, or bring it out from behind your back down to the front. Bring your hands back to heart center, turn yourself round so you're back into pyramid. Soften that knee if you need to. Lengthen through the front body, remember, and then push gently through the front foot, lifting yourself back up. We're coming into warrior one now, so you're almost in the right position. Bend that front leg, adjust if you need to, ribs forward, head up, sorry, I'm leaning forward, and then sweep the arms up above your head. And exhale them back down. Bring the hands to heart center now. Now this is optional again. Make sure you've got the right stance here. We're coming down into a twist. So you're going to draw yourself forward over that front leg, which is bent in this position. You're still in warrior one, bottom half. When you're forward, then start to rotate and draw that top left shoulder backwards. So you're opening up your front body into a twist. Now, if you can take that elbow lower so that it's actually on the front leg. And you can use that then to push off. But if you're here and twisted, that's fine. And then untwist back to the front. Sweep the arms back up into warrior one. Step the foot forward. Release the hands down, and you're back into Tadasana. So that was a bit of a slow-mo version of what we'll do on the other side now. Have your bricks near enough that you can grab them now, that when you know you need them. Okay, so I'm going to take it from the other side this time. Better just have my notes so I don't forget which one I was on. Okay, so we're starting at the front of the mat when you're ready. We're going to inhale, take the arms above the head. We're going to exhale, we're going to forward fold slowly, just a really soft forward fold. We're going to sweep the arms round the side of our legs, straight up in front of us then, parallel, palms facing each other, back up to the top. At the top, we're taking swaying palm tree to the right. And then back up to the top. Inhale tall, exhale over, remember. You're off the breath, don't worry too much. The breath just helps us to gather the energy. Inhale, and then release back down into your forward fold on the exhale. Hands sweep forward again, back up to the top. Hands above the head. Inhale tall, exhale over to the left, swaying palm tree. Inhale, use both feet to propel yourself back up to the top. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back up to the top. We're taking a forward fold again and coming into down dog. So inhale tall, exhale, forward fold, down to the floor, hands to the floor this time, step back into down dog. Might can get your legs a little bit more open this time, have a couple of pedals through there, see how much you can find the floor with your feet. Press into both hands. Lift that sticky doors there in front of you, really press into it and find that length through from your hands to your sit bones. And then we're just going to take our left split dog this time and come forward into a low lunge. So point the toe away from you and then draw that knee in close to your chest and move it forward between your hands. Drop the back knee, come into low lunge. We're taking a twist, so bring that brick into the outside of the foot, I would say this morning, and then opening up with the right hand and bringing in that twist. Really pressing through the outside edge of the front foot. Take one more twist in this position. Press gently into the hand that's on the brick and really open up. And then back down. Take the hands, keep the bricks close by, but take the hands to the floor again. We're coming up into warrior two. So press gently into your front foot, adjust that back foot then into a warrior two position. And then switch on your tummy muscles. Bring your right hand into it and sweep it up if you can and bring yourself up to warrior two. So big sweep up into warrior two. Look towards your front hand. Rotate that front wrist to face up the way. Drop the back arm, come into dancing warrior, lifting up in the inhale. Exhaling, moving forward through into a side bend, extended side bend, really reaching away. Inhaling back up to the top, rotating, windmilling back into hands above the head. And then forward, keeping that engagement through the front inner thigh if you can while you're doing this. And then back up to the top. I'm going to rotate the back foot then and come into high lunge. So you may have to bring the back foot in a little bit closer. Rotate your ribs to face forward. Inhale the arms above the head. Decide now if you're doing the dips or if you're just breathing. So inhale tall, exhale lower if you're coming with me. You're on the ball of the back foot, everybody anyway. Inhale tall, just think of receiving and giving. Think of all your cells in your body and everything that's happening. Some of them are even renewing as we speak and do these movements. So really use those red cells, engage with your breath and bring the energy into them. After the third dip, I think I've just done 4. After the third one, come back up to the top. We're coming into pyramid. So adjust that back foot so that it's now flat on the floor. Straighten the front leg, bring the hands down to heart center. Find that front hip hinge. Draw that front hip back a little bit so that you aren't twisting quite so much. And then breathe in nice and tall. Find that long front body. Reach forward with it as you exhale forward. Doesn't matter how low you go. Feel the weight transfer, but not into your toes of your front foot. Tuck that chin, find the long back and neck, and breathe wherever you've got to. So find the back foot too. Inhale, find that energy. And we're coming into triangle now. So decide where you want your hand in triangle. I find the shin's a good point for me, but it might be your thigh or it might even be the floor or the brick. I put the brick behind you again if you're going to use the brick. When you're ready, we're going to open up this other arm, lifting up with the right arm in a big semicircle, taking it round behind you if you want to, rather than putting it above your head. But everybody's thinking about using the arm to open up that top shoulder. Looking up towards the top hand or looking down towards the other hand. Or looking forward. Drawing the tummy round with your twist. So draw from that top shoulder, move right through your rib cage and across your abdominal muscles. And breathe. And then gently reaching out as you bring that hand back down. Coming back to the front and into pyramid again. So hands to heart center, you're already folded over that front leg. And then we're going to bend that front knee gently. So the knee comes over the ankle, but no further. You're coming into warrior one, so adjust if you need to. And then open the hands up, sweep the arms up above the head. Find your inhale again as you do so, lifting up. Take a couple of breaths here in warrior one. Really attach to that back foot. Draw the tummy in. Draw the elbows a little bit closer to your head. Find that energy. And then we're coming down into a twist. So bring your hands down to heart center. You're folding at that front hip hinge again over the front leg in warrior one stance, reaching through your crown rather than with your chin or your nose, and then drawing that top shoulder round into a twist. So however far you've got is fine. If you've got right down so your elbow can reach the front leg, then that's fine. Use that then just gently to lever and open. And still reaching away with your crown if you can. And then rotate back to the front. Press into the front foot, open the hands, come back up into warrior one, hands above the head. Maybe put in a little bit of a back bend now, opening up the front body. Drawing the hands then down through heart center. Stepping forward. And back into Tadasana. Take your attention back down to your feet as you breathe here in Tadasana and restore. Notice what's happening in your feet. Notice the difference from when you first rolled round them. Have another roll through them like we did at the very beginning. And notice the different energy that's in there now. Notice the connection might be a little bit better. You might be feeling that the balance, your ankles might feel a bit stronger, mine do. So we've restored that connection, which helps a lot with balance. Okay, so then we're just rolling gently down through, hands to the thighs, back down through our forward fold, coming down to the floor. You might want to, before that, just hang in forward fold for a second. Let those hips open up in the back of your body. Nice stretch there through your hamstrings, through the back of the knees, letting everything fall out of your pelvis. And then taking one leg at a time down to the floor. Coming down onto the floor and onto our backs. So we took figure of four last night in one position, chair position. So here we're doing it lying down in a slightly different way. So bend your right knee, flex that foot, and then either bring the foot across your leg on the top of it or slip it underneath the straight leg, your left leg. So see whichever feels more comfortable. I want it to feel restorative for you. I don't want you to feel like you're hanging on. So some of us, it will go back to your hips again like we did last week. Some of us might feel more comfortable with a leg behind, which I do, which is because my hips turn that way. Might be that you feel more comfortable bringing the foot above the knee. So soft tissue, remember. And just letting it hang there for a second. While you do that, take your left hand then and sweep your arm across your chest and come into figure of four with your right hand folding around that left arm. So figure of four, both palms facing backwards. If you come to the upper arm, your hand will then face your face, basically. If you go to the lower arm, it's facing over your shoulder. Either one, you're doing yourself some good. Just whatever your joint feels more comfortable doing to restore. We're not overstretching here. We're thinking about just gently giving a little bit of space there for the energy to release from it that might have built up into tension. And we find the breath again. Our Ujjayi breath, a soft whispery Ujjayi. Feeling that nice space coming across the front of your body as well, across your belly area, releasing. And then undo the arms, undo the legs, come to the other side. So same thing. Might be different this side with your hips, so have a place, flex that foot again on the left leg, bend the leg and decide whether you want to tuck that foot under the back of your thigh or place it on top of the thigh. So as I say, one hip might not be the same as the other, so just notice. But what you want to feel is a relaxing sensation. You don't want to feel that you're hanging on. So whichever one feels more comfortable is what you're going for here. Take the right arm then, pop it across your chest, stretching out, palm facing backwards, fold the other arm over it wherever you want, not at the elbow, but at the upper arm or forearm. Again, go for the relaxation rather than the overstretching feeling. Overstretching is nice, it does make us feel good, but sometimes it's not what we need to restore the muscle area. It might just be we're pulling it too far. It is warmed up, but it maybe doesn't want to stretch that far. So just let it release. Have a gentle stretch through it. And then release arms, release legs. That's a nice one to remember, that one actually always, I think. Have a right half up in asana with your right leg, bringing the leg in. Again, hands behind your thighs or in your shins, and just take 3 little squeezes on the exhales. Find the Ujjayi breath again. Take 3 nice gentle squeezes, feeling that side of your tummy have a nice gentle compression. And the other side's nice and open through the hip flexor. And then change legs, do the same thing on your left side. Again, try and keep the top body relaxed so you're not holding on and grabbing and squeezing too tightly. Let the shoulders just gently move. So if you're feeling that you're hunched up, you need to put your hands behind your thighs rather than on your shin. Because you're putting a lot of strain through your neck and shoulders that's not necessary when we're restoring at the end. Take the foot to the floor then, take the legs to the width of the mat, open up into Shavasana, let the feet fall out. Have a little wiggle through your feet and your toes. They've done their bit. You know where they are again. Roll your shoulders one at a time, just tuck them gently under your back if you can and open up through your collarbones. Open your palms up, stretch out through your fingers and then let them release back towards the center. Have a little rock from side to side through the back of your skull, through the neck area. Let that tension come out of the neck and shoulders if you've built any up. And then come back to standstill. Find your breath again. Find your soft, whispery Ujjayi breath just to finish practice here. So take nice long inhales to receive any extra energy you might need to go on with the day. And release on the exhale any staleness, anything you don't want to take with you into the day. So just a couple of extra facts while we finish here. Our white cells, our immunity system they work on, they take 13 days to renew, and that's on a good day. So we really need to use the breath to keep this immune system flowing and healthy. Use that breath to bring the energy into those white cells. On a more superficial level, our top layer of skin takes 30 days to renew. But all that energy and oxygen that we bring into it keeps the wrinkles at bay, keeps it from getting dull. And our red cells, which are our oxygen carrying cells, take 120 days to replace or regenerate. So while they are feeding all the other cells in our body, the red cells have their own war to fight. So to keep them healthy and to keep them able to move as much oxygen and carbon dioxide in and out of us as they can, we need to look after ourselves in other ways. We need to eat well, we need to drink a lot of fluid, water preferably, and we need sleep. Sleep is the best thing for renewing cells. And just a little thought as we come to Christmas, our liver cells take 18 months to renew. So on that happy note, have a little stretch out, have a roll over. If you take your time to come up to sitting, if you need anything else, if your body wants to move anything else, then please do. Otherwise, come up to sitting back, cross-legged to finish our practice. So finish the fun facts for the day with that horrible one about the liver. So every time we have a sip now at Christmas, we're going to feel guilty about those poor old liver cells. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for coming. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been fun, as well as done you some good physically and mentally and emotionally. And look forward to a nice restorative class tomorrow morning. Namaste.